Guys, welcome back. So today we are going to use the pattern that we drafted out in our previous video to cut out our short knicker pants. So I placed my pattern on a fabric that I folded into two, and I added my stitching allowance, which is 1 inch on all sides of the fabric. So I just cut that out. So I have 4 pieces all together, 2 for the back and 2 for the front. So make sure while you are cutting your pants on your fabric, please note your dart area is very important. So the next thing I went ahead to do is to cut out my pocket. So I didn't have enough fabric, so I'm just going to cut out a small pocket. So I'm going to go in like this by 6 inches, and then I'll come down by 10 inches. You can increase yours, it depends on how wide you want your pocket to be, but this is the amount of fabric that I have. So I came down by 10 inches like this, and I'm going to slant just like this, and I'll cut out. So after cutting out my pocket, I'm going to bring my front piece like this, the front fabric of my pants, and I'm going to go in by 1 inch just like I'm doing, and I'll come down by 6 inches. This is to ensure that when I sew my pocket, it's going to sit well on. So I'm going to slant it like this, and I'll trim it out. So the next thing I'll do is to join the cross line of my pants together. So I'll take the two pieces of the back, I'll place it right side facing each other, and I'm going to pin, and also I'll do the same thing for the front piece also. So after sewing, this is what I have. I joined it with 1 inches for both the front and the back, and I'll open it up like this. So the next thing I'll do is to take in my dart. Remember I told you to notch your dart area while cutting your fabric out with the pattern. So this is my dart area, and the length of the front dart is 3 inches. I'm going to do that, and I'll pin and sew. And for the back piece, the length is length of my dart is 4 inches. I'm also going to pin that, and I will sew it. So I've sewn my dart in place. The next thing I'll do is to join my pocket to my pants. So I want you to watch very closely what I'm going to do and how I'm going to achieve that. So that part that I trimmed out with 1 inches and I went down by 6 inches, I'm going to pin the other side of my pocket to it, right sides facing each other like this. So I'll pin it like this, and I'm going to sew on that slanted line just like this. Every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh. So after sewing on that line, I'm going to turn it over like this, and I'm going to top stitch on that particular line so that this pocket will sit well. Kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't want to show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. After top stitching, this is what it looks like. You can see that the pocket is all nice and flat. And what I'll do next is to fold my pockets over like this, right side facing each other, just like this. I'm going to fold it over, and I'll turn it to the other side just like this. So I'm going to leave about 1 inch so that I'll be able to join my front piece to the back. So I'll roll a straight line of 1 inch or quarter-inch. It depends on how you want it. So I'm going to fold the pocket over like this, leaving that space that I'll use to join the front and the back, and I'll stitch the upper part of my pocket just like this. So you can see that the pocket is taking shape. So what I did on this side, I'm also going to repeat the same thing that I did on the other side.
It's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed in. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took 'em all and made 'em yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score when I lose my breath, boy you got me breathing. Oh.
So after doing that on the other side, next thing I'll do is to close my pockets. So the pocket is opened right now, so I'm going to flip it over like this, and on the down part I'm going to sew it in place. So I want to have a neat finishing. So what I'm going to sew, the pocket I'm going to sew, I want it to be inside. So I'm going to fold it together, wrong side facing each other, and I'll sew on a straight line. After sewing, I'll turn it over and the rough edges is going to be inside the pocket. So this is what I mean. This is what the pocket is looking like, and we have our pocket in place. I'm going to do that for the other side of the pocket.
With you, when you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than.
The next thing I'll do after sewing my pocket is to join my front piece to my back piece. So remember we added 1 inch for our stitching allowance. So I'm going to take 1 inch all the way down on the left and on the right side, and I'm going to sew on that line. After sewing, this is what it looks like. The next thing I'm going to do is to pin my crotch line together, and I'm also going to sew.
Higher, oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher.
So I have sewn my crotch line in place. What I'll do is to turn my pants over, and on the back I'm going to lose the back in order for me to be able to attach my zipper to my pants. So I've loosed 7.5 inches. So next thing I'll do is to attach my belt, my band. So remember when we were drafting this pattern, we took 1.5 inches for our band. So the length of my band here is 1.5 inches. I mean the wideness of my band is 1.5 inches. I already folded half an inch on both edges and I ironed it in place. So the length of my band is 30 inches. That is my waist measurement plus 2 inches seam allowance. So I'm going to start attaching my band to my pants. What I'll do is to leave 1 inch out before I start attaching. So I'll leave 1 inch out on the edge of the pant and I'll start pinning just like I'm doing. After pinning, I'm going to sew on that straight line, and then I'm going to turn it over to cover the rough edges, so I'll have a neat finishing, and I'll also sew that in place.
Magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took 'em all and made
after sewing my band in place, the next thing I'll do is to attach my zipper, and then I'm going to hem the base of my pants. I hope this tutorial was helpful. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below in the comment section, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.